Hello, this is Kevin, and right behind me is a here in Gilbert, and this is a house that I just bought subject to, meaning I took over the previous homeowner's existing mortgage. And in this video, I want to talk to you about where this deal came from. Like, come from? Does it come from a foreclosure? Homeowners that just want to sell their house? How did I buy this deal? Did I use my own money for it, or did I take over the existing mortgage payment? I want to also talk about what I plan on doing with this house, because most of the time when you do a subject to, benefit to doing a sub to is you're taking over existing mortgage that's already on there. So if you take over a mortgage from 3 years ago, 2 years ago, the benefit to that is you're taking over a very low interest rate mortgage payment. However, on this house was just bought 8 months ago, and the interest rate on this house is 6.1%. And my payment on this house is $3,500, but then I can only rent this out for $2,600 max every single month on a long-term basis. So, but this is a 3 bedroom, 2 bath house, 1,400 square feet. And where this deal came from was the homeowner had actually just bought the house 8 months ago, and because of his family reasons I can't share in this video, he had to move out, and he was in a position where he bought it for $550,000, but his underlying mortgage was around $530,000, which meant if you were to go sell this house traditionally on the market, he would have to cut a check. This is a list that I talk about all the time in my previous YouTube videos. Like this year alone, I've done 67 subject to transactions, and every single one of them came from this same exact list. And the list is called the no equity list, where the homeowner has a house that's worth basically what the mortgage is. So, and it works best in situations where homeowner is supposed to cut, instead of homeowner cutting a check to get rid of the house, I actually give them the check. So this house is worth $550,000 as it sits, and I only gave the whole, and my total cost to get into this deal was only $17,000, which was just a little over 3%. And I didn't have to go through a credit check. I didn't have to call the bank. I didn't have to show my credentials with my W-2, and I literally closed on it in 3 weeks. And a couple of things that I initially had in my mind when I bought this house was, what do I even do with this? If my mortgage payment is $3,500 and I can rent it out for $2,600 long term, I'm essentially losing $900 to $1,000 a month every single month. So in order for me to not lose $900 to $1,000 a month, I have to figure out different strategies like midterm rentals, short-term rentals, rent by the rooms, student housing, Section 8. All those things were in my mind. So right now we have 3 bedroom and 2 bath house, and we have a loft. So my first initial thought was, okay, let's just do a midterm rental, because I already have 7 midterm rentals here in Phoenix and Tampa combined. So if you were to do a midterm rental on this house, we might be able to rent it out for $4,500, which means we can probably take home $900 to $1,000 a month gross. But then also that means we have to furnish the house. We have to put more money into the house. So is that something that we want to do? Or another thing that I had in my mind was, if we have a primary bedroom, and we have two other rooms, and we also have a loft. So if you were to do a math, if I rent out the primary bedroom for $1,000, and these 2 bedroom and a loft for $800 each, I'll be cranking in $3,400 a month, which is also exit strategy. But the challenge with that is, number one, I don't have one tenant. I have 4 different tenants that'll be babysitting. Do I want 4 different tenants, or do I just want one tenant under one house? Because what happens, you could get into situations where one tenant says, this tenant's not cleaning the dishes, and I have to do the dishes for them, or they're eating my food, or they're taking my toilet paper, whatever. So that's not something that I want to get into at the moment, and I never want to get into those moments. But another reason why I bought this house was, this house is 3 bedroom, 2 bath, like I said earlier, but it's in a very desirable part of town in Gilbert, Arizona, where there's elementary school right down the street, probably 2-minute walk, and we also have parks and amenities, all these things, and it's also $40 HOA, which means the HOA is not going to be all over me if I decide to do all these things with it. But one thing that I cannot do in this neighborhood is Airbnb, or short-term rentals, because the HOA says the minimum rental requirement is 30 days. So I can't rent it out for the weekends, and because the HOA will catch up on me, and they'll stop me from operating as a short-term rental. We're still in the process of finding out what we're going to be doing with this house. But one thing that we do have a Section 8 tenants that is willing to pay $4,500 a month. And how it works is, the Section 8 tenants, they're paying, if it's a $4,500 rent, the Section 8 tenant actually pays only the 30% of it, and then the government will subsidize the other 70%. And the benefit to that is, you get a consistent income from the government, and you never have to really worry about the tenant not paying, because it's paid by the government. And most of the time they stay there for more than 12 months at a time because Section 8 people don't really move too much. It's a little funny that you would buy a house and you wouldn't really know what you're doing with it even after a week that you close, even after a week that you close. But one thing that I do want to emphasize in this video is, yes, you can go buy your house without a credit check. No banks are involved, no credentials, no W-2, no tax returns, and you could literally do this every other day. So on average, right now, I'm buying one house a month, and I'm turning them into rentals without having to go through all those processes and paperwork. So make sure you continue to check out my YouTube channel, as I'll be posting more of these contents, and I'll give you all the resources that I have. See you guys later. Bye.